It's obviously going to be just an incredible summer. If this week's and the weekend that we had last weekend is any indication, hopefully this is the type of weather we're going to get all summer long. Perfect, nary a cloud in the sky. We're looking at highs near 90 this week, so a heat wave is coming. But obviously, it's going to mean a lot of outdoor activities and a lot of fun to be had. And joining us in studio to talk about some more fun that's going to be had is Kate Peters and also Scott Dahl with the city's tourism office to talk about the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS. Kate, thanks for taking time. And Scott, thank you as well. So let's get right into it, Kate. What do we got coming up with the golf tournament?
Well, we're about 62 days out from this year's tournament. And so just out generating awareness and encouraging people to check out our website, think about volunteering, get tickets, and come out. We've got a whole week planned. It's been a lot of fun the last couple of months seeing the level of interest really increase.
So July 14th through the 17th,
right.
People can get tickets to go and watch this event at
Right.
Panther Creek Country Club. Tell me about the volunteers you need.
Well, it takes about 400 to 500 volunteers really to properly execute a professional golf tournament. So Country Financial signed on as our volunteer sponsor, and they underwrite that program. So all the information is on our website, like I said, but we run about 20 different committees. So if it gets done during tournament week, it gets done typically by a volunteer.
We'll talk about what the volunteers get because, of course, they have to work, but you get to be also on the field.
We have a
there.
lot of fun.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun. So we'll talk about some of that coming up. But, Scott, this is a big deal. It's been here for several years in a row. Now the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS. What does this mean for city tourism?
Well, we have a storied history of professional golf in Springfield dating back over 40 years when you combine the LPGA and now the Korn Ferry Tour. And it pours millions of dollars in economic impact into our community, not only every year, but also thousands of hotel room nights when people coming from out of town. And they'll come for the golf tournament, but they'll also experience Lincoln and Route 66.
So there's a lot of activities people are going to enjoy when they come to the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS at Panther Creek Country Club, July 14th through the 17th. And that's going to mean heads in beds and people checking out all the local events and tourism attractions and so on. But Kate, for people living here who want to be part of this, talk a bit more about the volunteer things that people are going to be able to do if indeed they get a chance to volunteer.
Well, it's not just volunteering. We have a whole week of activities. We just announced last week that we are launching the only ladies pro-am on the Korn Ferry Tour, and I have some spaces available in that. And Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois signed on to help us make that possible. We've got a junior event on Tuesday that's presented by CEFCU that's open for kids 18 and under. Wednesday is our LRS pro-am, but then Thursday through Sunday, yes, volunteers. You name it, marshals, walking scores. You don't have to have golf knowledge to volunteer. That's the important thing.
That'd be me. Every time I get behind a club, I lose at least a pack of balls. So that could be me, though. I mean, I could come and help volunteer.
Well, it should be you. You've got a lot of computers here. Let's get online and get you signed up. But no, I mean, it's a lot of fun. We have a ton of repeat volunteers. So it's kind of like the mafia. Once you get in, we don't let you get out. But it is so much fun. There's a couple of different packages available, one of which includes rounds of golf at Panther Creek and golf attire. And we've got all kinds of prizes. We have this huge Blackstone grill that one lucky volunteer is going to win, a solo stove. So we've tried to incentivize it. But like I said, we need about 400 or 500, and we have people come in from all over to volunteer.
And
so
obviously, it's going to be a big event, and that is July 14th through the 17th, the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS at Panther Creek Country Club, the golf course there. Who are some of the names? Do we know who's going to be here?
Well, we don't. That's the interesting thing about this tour is we can be looking at the field list, but it's going to change a lot. Interestingly enough, if you do follow golf and you watch the Masters, 20% of those guys that played at the Masters, which is, the the tournament, right? 20% of those guys came through Springfield at one point or another. So about 80% of the guys that you see playing on the PGA Tour have come up through the Korn Ferry Tour. We had a winner yesterday, Max Homa, who's been in Springfield. So that's the interesting thing about the Korn Ferry Tour is it's really growing. Interest in this tour is expanding, and you get to see these guys before they're the next Tiger Woods, Justin Thomas, who did come through the Korn Ferry Tour. So a lot of names like that.
So that's Kate Peters. She is one of the organizers of the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS, and of course Scott Dahl with us as well. And Scott, just reiterate the significance of this tournament, and does this type of thing help future events plan on coming to Springfield?
It absolutely does. And on a personal note, I'll say that I spent 4 days at the U.S. Open. I've volunteered at the PGA Championship. And this golf is just as good. These guys are PGA Tour level players. This is real professional golf. So you certainly come on out. And really, when we take a look at Springfield in a whole, we know we're the capital city, and we're poised to be the sports capital of Illinois. Mm-hmm. And we need to add the amateur side and the professional side. And we know that's going to happen with the Shield Sports Park. We combine those two together, and we really make our mark.
Big things ahead. Looking forward to all of the events, including the Memorial Health Championship presented by LRS out at Panther Creek Country Club, July 14th through the 17th. Kate Peters, thank you so much for taking time. Scott Dahl, thank you as well. And we'll likely hear more about this with Springfield's Morning News here on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk.